What's happening, everybody? Today we're going to do some Oscar predictions, seeing that the Oscars are tomorrow. So I thought I'd quickly do a little video here where I get to share with all of y'all my predictions, and so that I can't lie to people and say I got them all right this year. Not that I do that. I don't always do that. Sometimes I lie, but now I can't because it's on the internet. So let's just jump right into it. Let's start off with Best Actor in a Leading Role. My preference and who I'd like to see win is going to be between Colman Domingo or Adrien Brody. Who I think is going to win is Adrien Brody. Next, we have Best Actress in a Leading Role. My preference, who I'd like to see win, is going to be Mikey Madison. I wouldn't mind Demi Moore either, but who I think is going to win, it's going to be Demi Moore. The narrative is just really on her side this year, and it's a long time coming. But I would love to see Mikey Madison win, and I wouldn't be surprised if she does. Next up, we have Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Who I'd like to see win is going to be Kieran Culkin, and who I think is going to win, it's also going to be Kieran Culkin. Up next, we have Best Actress in a Supporting Role. Who I would like to see win is going to be Ariana Grande. I'm going to be really honest, she kind of blew me away in Wicked. But who I think is going to win is going to be Zoe Saldana. Next, we have Animated Feature Film. My preference and who I'd like to see win is The Wild Robot. Who I think is going to win, I think it's going to be The Wild Robot. Best Cinematography. My preference and who I'd like to see win is going to be The Brutalist, and who I think is going to win, my prediction, is also The Brutalist. Now we have Costume Design. My preference and who I'd like to see win is gonna be Wicked, and who I think is going to win, and my prediction, is also Wicked. Now we have Best Directing. This one's tough. My preference and who I'd like to see win is Coralie Fargé for The Substance, but my prediction and who I think is going to win is probably, it's tough. It's really in between Brady Corbet and Sean Baker, but for some reason I just think Sean Baker is going to take home the win this year. Next up, we have Best Editing. My preference and who I'd like to see win is going to be Conclave. My prediction and who I think is going to win, once again, Conclave. My international feature film of the year, my preference and who I'd like to see win is I'm Still Here. And who I think is going to win, once again, I also think I'm Still Here is going to take it. I don't think Emilia Paris is going to take it, so don't worry, folks. Next up, we have Makeup and Hairstyle. I think this one is pretty easy. My preference is going to be The Substance, and who I think is going to win is also The Substance. Those who watched it knows. Music, original score, my prediction, and who I also would like to see win, goes both ways. It's going to be Daniel Blumberg with The Brutalist. Next up, we have Best Song. I have as my preference, I would love to see Like a Bird from Sing Sing take it home, but who I think is going to take it home is going to be El Mal from Emilia Paris. Production design, I have Wicked as my preference, and I also think that Wicked is going to win the Oscar. Next up is Sound. For sound, my preference is going to be Dune Part 2, and once again, I also think that Dune Part 2 is going to take it home. Next up, we have the VFX, and for the VFX, my preference is going to be Dune Part 2, and who I think is going to win, my prediction, once again, is also Dune Part 2. Next up, we have Adapted Screenplay. For Adapted Screenplay, my prediction and my preference is going to be Conclave. For Original Screenplay, my preference is going to be Anora, and my prediction is also going to be Anora. Now we finally reached the biggest award of the night, Best Picture. My preferences for this award and, who I'd love to see win is obviously Dune Part 2, Anora, The Substance. But my prediction and who I think is going to take home the win, The Brutalist. It's really close between The Brutalist and Anora, but I think I'm going to stand tall on The Brutalist for now, but I could be very, very wrong. And there you have it. Those are my predictions and my preferences for the 97th Academy Awards. Please feel free to let me know what your predictions and your preferences are in the comments, and have a happy Oscars, all my lovely cinephiles. Till next time.